everybody. Well, I'll lean a bit closer to the mic because I'm sorry if you're having a close-up of my face, but I'll put it over there, I can't get it. But it's hard to come out on the deck and it not be so noisy. Somebody's mowing a lawn in the background, so I'm very sorry if it's affecting you. As you've noticed, I have finished the top I was making. It's got lovely sleeves. Look at the sleeves on there. Woo! Look at the sleeves. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Much as I like to keep it for myself, I'm not going to. As soon as all this kerfuffling is all over, it will be going on our webpage, which is Lancashire Crafty Lasses, which I will put a link to down below. I always forget to introduce myself. I'm sure you all know who I am. I'm Jan, Urban Gypsy Crochet, one half of Lancashire Crafty Lasses. I've heard that the post office is now closing, so please, if you're looking and you're interested in anything, can you just let me know and I'll put it on one side for you until we can actually post things off, yeah? So if you're interested in this, it can be made in different colours, by the way, and different sizes. I don't know what size this one is. I haven't measured it as yet, I've only just finished it. The pattern is from Etsy and I can't give you any more information about it than that, except you would have to search online until you find it. There's absolutely no instructions as to where I got it from. All it just says it's a flirty top, and so I'm afraid, sorry about that, you're going to have to search through Etsy until you find it, as you can see it. It's so sunny out here that I can't see what you're seeing. Oh dear, just been watching Denise. She was doing a live. That's my phone. It's not, I'm sat on it actually at the moment. Ooh. It's probably one of my uploads. Yeah, it is. We've got this WhatsApp group that belongs to our street. And so it's nice because it's like somebody's going woo-hoo. So you don't feel as though you're quite so isolated in the world, because somebody's going boo-boo every few moments with something to say. People have been putting photographs of themselves on, which is lovely for somebody like me, because being a shut-in on a normal time, I'm not forcibly shut in, I just choose to be shut in because, oh sorry that's creaky, because I just don't go out much as it is, you know, unless I just go for a ride round on my scooter, but that's out of the question at the minute. So I'm not feeling the effects of the shut-in like some people are. Some people have got a bit stir crazy, you know, but for me it's life goes on as normal kind of thing. Oh sorry, that's going to creak, it's the wind's blowing slightly. Yeah, Lady Jane wants to wave about in the wind. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's nice to put a photograph to people that I see wandering up and down the street, and now I can place where they are, where they live and everything, so it's lovely. Everybody's put the photographs on with the number of the door where they live in, and it's like, because as I said yesterday, I think that so many young people have moved in my neighbourhood, and me being one of the oldies, I don't know any of these young people, and it's nice to know the names of them and their kids and their dogs and cats and everything. It's just been a like, introduce yourself. And we've all decided that when all this is over, we're going to have a street party. We're going to apply to have the street closed down. It's a bit of a dead end anyway. And, well, it's a horseshoe, actually. So we're going to apply to have the street shut down, at least part of it anyway. And have a little street party. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. If you want to know what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing these rather gorgeous beads. Woo! Which are a bit tangled up at the minute and I don't know why. Oh, there you go. And eBay specials, of course. You know, it wouldn't be me, would it, if it wasn't a bit of junk jewellery. Or costume jewellery, I think we're supposed to call it, aren't we? Yeah. Well, I just had a text message from the hospital, which I wasn't surprised about actually, because it's saying that my appointment for Saturday has been, well, it doesn't say cancelled, it doesn't say postponed. It says that they're going to be holding it as a telephone conversation, which is rather intriguing really, because it's a neurology appointment about all the, the zinging and the pinging that's going on in my legs. So, which they are undecided if it's a cyst, if it's a whatever, or if it's just neurological, like nerve endings pinging. So how we're going to have a telephone conversation about that, I really don't know. But maybe he will, it is a he, I checked, maybe he will just chat to me and maybe rearrange the appointment later on. I mean, I've waited 2 years for this appointment, so oh, that's another few months, I was a bit like that about going down anyway, but I didn't want to just not go down without confirming that it had sort of been cancelled or postponed. I didn't want to be put on the she's not bothered to turn up list, you know what I mean? So I would have thought it was just a non-urgent appointment, I mean, all right, it's important to me, but it's not urgent, I mean, my leg is still attached to my body and things like that, yeah. Right, let me sit back without sitting on my phone. Oh, sorry, they got a crack in the screen. That's one, I didn't do it. Oh, it stopped. Maybe you can hear me a bit better. Sorry if you just all got deaf because you've turned up the volume to hear me. What was I going to say then? Oh yeah, I inherited this phone off my son. And he said it's got a crack in it, but it's not noticeable. And I must admit it isn't. It isn't actually in the outer screen, it's sort of in the inner screen somehow. Don't understand. Well, as you probably guessed, because I finished that off, I didn't do any more of this. So it's coming out again. I'm sure if I keep doing a row or two every day, eventually. It's covered in my hair. Oh, I must be molting. Oh, I don't know. It can't be Gigi hair because I've got different clothes on them when I have with Gigi. So it can't be Gigi hair. Does anybody else have that problem? You have an animal but you don't crochet anywhere near the animal, or you don't wear your best clothes anywhere near the animal, and yet when you put them on it's like they seem to come out of the air and stick to whatever you're wearing. So I frequently get covered in Gigi hair when I've not had my coat on anywhere near the animal, anywhere near him. Yeah, he was funny yesterday. I kept getting to try and get him to come out on the deck, but he wouldn't come. I thought, let him come in the sunshine where it's lovely, he's been shut in a bit. And because where his parents live, they're sort of like, not an upside down house, but you know what I mean. Their lounge is upstairs and their kitchen's down the stairs, so in order to let him play in the garden they would have to be in the kitchen, yeah. So when I'm here, of course, I can have the door open and he can go in and out as he pleases, which is what Poppy does. But Gigi, no, he was glued to the window, because where he lives he doesn't have passers-by. But sadly for Gigi yesterday there weren't many passers-by, because as you know we're all in lockdown. So apart from the bin men and the postman and the odd person walking a dog, there wasn't much going on the street. But he was determined he was going to sit in that recliner and he was going to watch the world go by. So he did relent a little in the afternoon and let me nurse him. But it just seemed so funny. It was like almost he'd forgotten who I was, It was like, who are you, Yeah. So I don't know what you're all doing. It's a little bit breezy here outside, but I'm determined to get my fresh air. If I can't go out, I might as well at least come out in the fresh air on the garden, the garden bit. I should have come out this morning actually, but I was busy kind of washing dishes and tidying up the kitchen, doing little chores like that. Whereas I should really have said, you know, blow it all. I nearly said something swear wordy then. I'll just go and sit out on the deck and chat to everybody. I can't do a live from on my deck because I've only sorted out how to do lives from my computer, which is obviously indoors, and I don't have a laptop or anything, you know, like that. I just have a tablet, that's all I have. In any case, really, if I was out here, I wouldn't be able to read the comments that float up the sides, because when the sun's in my eyes, I can't see a thing. Got my sunglasses on, different pair, not got my rosy tinted ones on today. My birds are twittering, as you can hear. They do like to take over. If it's not the lawnmower in the distance, it's the birds. I suppose I'm so used to them that I really don't hear them. It was only when I played the video back yesterday and I thought, oh my goodness, those birds are so noisy. It's almost as if like they like hearing me speak and they start answering me back, you know. They're in the hedge just over there. When I'm out on the deck, one of them actually sits on top of the hedge and chirps at me while he's looking me dead in the eye, yeah. He's my friend just posted a video on Facebook of her journey into town. She's an NHS worker, so she's, you know, is still working, one of the few is still working. So she was using public transport and there was like her and the bus driver on this bus. And as she was going through town, there was virtually nobody in Manchester. You know, the streets were isolated, and she was saying like, but right in the middle of it all, there was about 4 workmen repairing a pothole in the street. Which I thought was rather funny because, you know, we've got so many potholes. I don't know what you call them in America, if you call them potholes, where they don't repair the road and you get this big dip in the road where, you know, you can lose a wheel. Yeah. And I was just looking somewhere, there's a big sinkhole appeared somewhere in the middle of one road. It's not surprising because they do very little repairs to the roads here. They take all the road tax off people, you know, with the cars and stuff, the car road tax. And I don't know what they do with it because they don't repair the roads. We used to have a hole on the top of the street here. And I used to keep going out and putting like gravel in it. One time for a laugh I put a piece of grass, you know, turf. And somebody planted some flowers in it. But the council came round and dug it up. Left the hole, but dug it up. So not to be undeterred, I went out and put some more grass in it. I thought, well, grass is better than a big woof when you're going past in the car. But somebody at the council was being a bit peevish, decided to keep emptying the hole when I've kept filling it up. Eventually though they did get the hint and eventually they did come and put some tarmac in the hole. But I was equally determined, every time they emptied it I went back out and filled it up. I guess I'm just a rebel. Yeah. But I don't know whether it's like that in America, but they're always coming round, digging the pavements up, and digging the road up, you know, for the utilities, the electric, the water, the gas. And then when they come back to repair it, they never repair it level, do they? It's always bumpy. So if you, especially for me in my, you know, scooter, going down the road rather like going down, you know, like that. Oh, there goes the lawnmower again. And it's the guy at the bottom here, he makes awful noises because he seems to run over all bits of twigs and things as well. I wonder if his lawnmower still works. I didn't get my lawn mowed this week. When she came, she was too busy cutting down a bush that had like overgrown over the winter months. She did say she'd try to come back this week, you know, before she got put on lockdown and not able to do it. So I may finish up with a garden that looks like a field. Because my lawnmower is so old, it's been in the shed for such a long time, it's probably seized up by now. Anyway, I can't push it, so it's just a waste of time. And I'm not going out there with shears because I can't bend now, so it'll just have to grow on. Won't be the first time, it won't be the last. But I do like a nice, I haven't got much of a lawn, but I do like a nice flat bit. Because when it grows long, I get all sorts of things growing in it, you know, dandelions, daisies, you name it, it grows in it. Yeah. Anyway, I've not got much else to say. I don't know how Kelly's getting on, because I've left messages for her, but I've not had one back as yet. So I presume she's busy like homeschooling the kids and trying to contain them. Because they do like to go outside, so they're going a bit stir crazy, because unfortunately she's not got a very big back garden, you know, for them to play in. She's got a trampoline, but it does take up a lot of space. So, and there's nowhere really, because you can't go into parks and things like that, because you meet other people, don't you? Oh, this yarn is very splitty. I hate to say this, but I wouldn't order it again. It's from Lily's Little Wool Shack, but I wouldn't like you to think that it's all like that. This was just a bargain offer I got, and I realise now why it's a bargain. Because it's so loosely twisted, it's just coming apart, you know, when I crochet it. It's splitting into little threads. And every now and again I find I've gone through most of the threads but left one behind, so you get this loop. So you have to go back again and pick it. And if it's in the row below, I get a little bit, because I told you before, this is so thin, it's taking me ages to do all that. Well, I'm going round and round at the bottom now. You know, the peplum bit. It's curling as well, I don't know why. I hope it stops curling when it's finished. You know, that's I'm doing the below the squares bit now. I'll do another, won't be that much, I've just got to do a little bit longer, like, you know, just to bring the sweater like below the waistline, if you know what I'm saying. At the moment, I thought that was going to be the waistline, but if people are high-waisted, it might be a bit lower down. But we'll have to see how it goes. It would be waistline to me, but I'm very long-waisted. And I always forget that people have a shorter waistline than I do. But we shall see how we go on. I'm really, really going to start something else tonight, because I can't be doing with this in the electric light. I know I said I wasn't going to start anything else until I'd finished something. But I finished the white one. What more can I do? Yeah, I mean the shop is still open, the online shop is still open, and I'm still crocheting because like everyone else, I'm hoping that once this crisis is over that things will get back to normal. You know, I'm just weathering out the storm really, because I can't expect people to buy when I can't get to the post office, if you know what I'm saying. But like all self-employed people, we will soldier on. We will carry on going. I'm not sure if Kelly's post office is open, but I've heard that mine's closing, or it's closing certain hours, and so I'm just taking it as read that it's closing. It's a bit awkward because I can't post anything off because I don't have a supply of stamps. And We'll have to wait and see. Life will go on. We got through this through the war. Got through all the rationing through the war. Believe me, there is a lot more food, a heck of a lot more food, than there was during the war or after the war. So, I mean, people are panicking because they can't find this, that and the other, but, you know, just like after the war, there was nothing of anything. It wasn't that you couldn't get what you wanted, you couldn't get anything. But, you know, people survived. And there's a heck of a lot of obese people in this world that could do with a diet. Me for one. Not calling anybody else who's overweight because I'm overweight. Why have I put 6 in there when I should have put 5? Probably do me good to do without a lot of the snicky snacky things, you know, that we all take for granted. It would do us all good just to get back to meals and nothing else. You know, no picking and poking about. No reaching for the extra bags of goodies and things during the day that we shouldn't be eating and we don't really need. I'm as guilty as everybody, so I'm not throwing stones. But I'm just saying a little bit of this might do us all a bit of good. You know. There was a video the other day of a child crying and screaming and carrying on because, like, KFC and Nando's and McDonald's were shut, and I'm thinking, has it really come to that child was just getting so upset? It must be that, you know, that's all she sort of ate, you know, which is wrong, isn't it? Now's the time for us all to get a bit inventive, you know, what you can do with an egg. And a baked potato, if you can get any potatoes. But it's a shame that they're sort of talking about closing down some of the markets here. Because there's lots of fruit and vegetables and things on the markets. I would hate for them to close that down. I mean, they are open air, so if people practiced, you know, safe distances, I'm sure that they could still stay open, yeah. But still, we'll see how it goes. My local organic shop is still delivering boxes of vegetables or a box of fruit. You can't choose what's in them. But it's not for me really, because I wouldn't use that big box full up, you know. Maybe the vegetables would stay, you know, 2 or 3 weeks, but you know, there were some vegetables in there that I wouldn't eat anyway. Well, not that I wouldn't eat. I would eat, it's just me being fussy. I don't like the taste of it, yeah. And I'm pretty good with my veggies, actually. Pretty good with eating most things. There's just a couple of things that I don't eat because maybe I just don't know how to cook them, or I'm not overly fond of the taste of them. But if it comes to the, you know, the situation where it's beggars can't be choosers, I suppose we'd all, you know, experiment with some different ideas, yeah. I've still got rice, I've still got pasta in. I'm one of the few people who had it in before all this started. So, but as you know, you've heard me say before, I'm not a lover of pasta or spaghettis and stuff like that. I don't know why. Just guess I've never been brought up with it. I don't think there was. Well, there was obviously such a thing as pasta. When I was a kid, it was probably in Italy or Spain. I don't think it worked its way over to the UK for quite a long time. And as I said before, rice was a sweet dish, like rice pudding. Not really a savoury. Although they did have kedgeree, you know, these really posh houses like they were in Downton Abbey. They used to have kedgeree for their breakfasts and stuff. It was a hangover for when people used to be out in India, I suppose. But people got the taste for things that were spicy like that. Anyway, I'm going to continue sitting out in my garden. I hope you don't mind me keeping you company. You know, it's something for me to do, a chat to you. You know, it makes me see as though I've got some friends. I'm not completely Billy No Mates. Yeah. But you know, I've got my YouTube friends still. I've still got. I can't tell you how many YouTube videos I haven't watched. But I can either watch them on the TV or I can watch them on my PC. I don't like watching them on my tablet because my tablet's not that large, and if I sit out in the sun anyway, the sun glares on the screen and I can't see anything. Oh, I think that's police. Yeah, I think it's the police there. I get me woo-woo-woos mixed up. Could be an ambulance. Hope not. Hope everybody's being good and staying home. But that still doesn't stop people who have an emergency, does it? Like a heart attack or something. But hopefully, you know, all this keeping people out of accident and emergency and stuff like that will at least make room for the people who are genuinely, really desperately poor. You know, the ones that you hear about that are sitting on stretchers in corridors because there's no room for them. Yeah. So unless people are desperately poorly, I hope they do stay at home, yeah. Obviously you can't help it if you're having a baby, can you? Or you can't help it if you're having a heart attack or something, or you fall over and break your leg. But hopefully we shall all stay safe. So I may speak to you tomorrow. It depends what mood I'm in and whether we've still got the sun. We're supposed to have the sun, I think, this week, although it is going gradually cooler. It is a bit cooler outside, which is why I've got my sweater on, the cardigan. Very, very, very old cardigan, which I drag out because I absolutely love it. I made it with Sirdar silky look. In fact, I think I made it when I still had the shop. So that's going back some time, isn't it? It just shows you take care of your woolies and you use decent things, to, you know, just decent material to start off with. But they do last you. I mean, this is sort of middle of the range. They don't do it anymore, sadly. Silky look, because it was gorgeous, yeah. But, you know, back then when I had the shop, I mean, I wasn't so strapped for cash as I am now. And also with it being my shop, I used to be able to give myself a discount. And also I used to buy it so much a week. I used to put it in a box and put it on one side with my name on it. But now, you know, with all this online, you've got to have enough money to buy enough for one sweater at a time, which is kind of sometimes a bit out of my price range, but hey ho. I'm ever optimistic. I'm hoping to earn my money as soon as I can get the shop, well, our shop, up and running. I'm sure Kelly's of the same persuasion as me. She probably can't make videos at the moment because she's probably not only got her 2 kids, she's probably got her friend's 2 kids as well. Because her friend, I think she works in the food industry, so I think she'll be working, but I don't really know. I haven't actually spoken. We send messages to each other, Kelly, don't get me wrong, we're not falling out or anything. But I haven't actually spoken to her for a few days now. But that's nothing fresh. It's nothing unusual. I did speak to Sue the other day, comparing notes on lockdown, things like that, because she's in Scotland. So it's completely different up there, although they're still having problems where they can't find certain things in the shops, you know, but hey ho, it's the way we are now. Right, as I said before, I am going, and I may see you tomorrow if I've got anything more to chat to you about. I've got no orders coming, you know, from my personal orders, like yarn and stuff. I've got none of that coming. I've got no magazines coming, I don't got anything coming. So you just have to put up with me, I'm afraid. Oh, and thanks so much to the couple of people who bought me a coffee. Much appreciated, and I'm going to look forward to them once this is all over with and I can go out and buy myself a coffee. And that'll be an extreme luxury for me, because you can't go out at the moment, can we? Make my own coffee. It's not the same as it is going in a coffee shop and having a chit chat and watch the world go past. It's just not the same, is it? Anyway, bye for now.